Trying that out. Okay, all right. No, I think that's it. Right, we're live. We're going live. Okay, I think I know what would have happened there with that. But that's all fixed, corrected. Hi, my name's Sai, and welcome to Against the Fence. We're doing this for the second time. You don't know this, but we know this. We've been trying some technical difficulties on this end. But look, don't go anywhere because we've got a whole load of fun coming up for you guys really soon. We're going to be talking about the UFC 273 card, and also we're going to be talking about the people's pick. So that's not teaching you guys what to think. It's actually showing you guys how to think. So if you are a lover of the UFC, keep it locked, stay tuned, because this is the place to be. All right, we back. So, Ash, sorry about the technical difficulties at the front end, but how you getting on, Geese? How's things?
Mate, I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic. I can't wait for this card. I say, obviously, we got the KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. Literally, like, it's crazy. It's all I've been seeing over Twitter. It's the people's main event. I'm so excited to see if the hype is real to do with him. I know we're going to get into him in a minute.
Oh yeah,
but it's up against a tough compare in Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns, obviously, a jiu-jitsu champion. So we're going to see CHIMAEV's submission defense tested, really. So. I can't wait, man.
We will, and that's going to be something as well for CHIMAEV, because he's someone who likes to sort of maul someone from the offset, and I don't think he's fought anyone of this sort of caliber of fighter IQ. So I'm quite excited to see how it all pans out. To be fair, is that safe to say it's the most exciting fight you're looking forward to? So before we get into it,
100%. Well, I don't know, because I can't wait for the Yarn versus Sterling fight as well. That one's a bit of a banger as well, because there's bad blood in that one. But no, I can't wait to see if the hype is actually real, because he's going to be tested. CHIMAEV is going to be tested against Burns. So I can't wait.
True that he will be. That we will be. I mean, it's again, I think we're talking about some of the biggest tests that these people are going to be coming up against naturally. Like the biggest test.
Indeed, mate, yeah.
But look, without any further ado, shall we get into the first fight on the card? Let's see who's up and who we're going to be looking into. So we've got Vince
PICHEL up against Mark MADSEN.
All right,
again, this one was bumped up from the prelims as well. I'm not sure what people have thought about that being bumped up, because it could have been Rosenstrike versus Tabora. In my eyes, I thought that one would have been a bit of a better option. Welcome in, Let's Munch. Welcome in.
What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome. What's his name?
Miguel as well, Jamie. Welcome in.
Welcome into the chat, guys. Feel free to chime in on the conversation. I'd love to hear your picks and thoughts in terms of who's going to be taking which fight. But we're going to break it down from start to stop, looking at all the stats and reasons why. We actually got some opinions on this particular first fight as well. But I was going to say, because some people are a bit bummed about Gastelum not making it up to being able to fight.
Yeah, indeed.
Because he was going to fight. Yeah. Changed his fight twice even.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see him back.
Was he ill?
Oh, he's
health reasons.
I don't know if it was him. I think it was his opponents dropping out, which was a problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what's
shame, really.
I mean, what is he on a losing streak anyway? Isn't he? What's his last win?
He is. Yeah, he needs a win.
He does need a win, and I'd love to see him get back on the winning column. But yeah, Izzy Adesanya pretty much broke the guy. Without any further ado, though, we're talking about Vince PICHEL versus Mark MADSEN. Now, there was a couple of comments that come chiming through on the Discord, right? So we didn't get anything on Twitter or any videos sent in talking about this particular pick. So we can't get any videos up for this one, but we will get up for the next fight. Be warned. But we had Dylan through on
in our Discord as well. The Discord is in the description below, so please do join it.
Yeah, let me hear what's his thoughts on this, and then we can get into the breakdown. What do you say?
Yeah, cool. Dylan was saying PICHEL doesn't stay in for takedowns. Obviously, we all know Mark MADSEN likes to go for takedowns. He is an Olympic wrestler, as you may know. Dylan saying PICHEL doesn't stay in for the takedowns much. He might get taken down, but holding him down you've got to get him down first, and then hold him down is the question. PICHEL is a wrestler as well. He always makes his way back to his feet. It's going to be a long night for MADSEN with the questionable gas tank. So he's saying that Mark MADSEN there does have a questionable gas tank. And I do tend to agree, because Mark MADSEN, all he does is try to go for the takedown. He's relentless with it.
Yeah.
Is the gas tank going to be there? Who knows?
That's the thing, bro. And look, that's a really good point. And I think that's something we've got to get into when we're looking at the breakdown here. Not just the sort of power in terms of who knocks who out and who's got the power advantage here, but also where's this fight going to take place? Is it going to be standing up or is it going to be sitting down?
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
lying down. But the record here, we've got 14-2-0 for Vince Pichel, and Mark Madsen is 11-0. So he's undefeated. This guy is really good at mixing in his wrestling to take down. He's got, Greco. He's got some. He's pretty decorated, isn't he, in terms of his wrestling accolades? And in terms of the advantage on reach, these guys coming in at both the same. The taller fighter slightly is Vince Pichel. But look, ultimately, if we're looking at where the power sides, 57% of knockouts going to Vince Pichel to 27. But if you look at who's more rounded as a fighter, then you're talking about Mark Madsen, who's able to do things on the ground as well. Submission percentage there, 27%, equal to his TKOs.
Yeah.
Look, I got a feeling this particular fight, and quite in sync with what Dylan was saying as well, could be something that just goes the distance. And it's going to be based on who's got the gas tank to sort of
exactly, mate. Yeah, we've got a lot of chats coming through. I'll get to the chats in a minute. Don't worry, we'll get to the chats. Don't worry.
That's the one. Yeah. Well, look, let's talk about significant strikes then, right quickly. So, in terms of the better striker here, who do you think will be the better striker in this matchup? And guys, let's check in the chat too.
Vince Pichel for me.
Yeah. And that's going to be based on output. I mean, looking at the numbers here.
Oh, yeah, output 100%. I just think if he can, like Dylan, again, I'm going to go back to what Dylan said. I think if Vince Pichel can stuff a couple of takedowns and keep the fight standing, I think he can outstrike Mark Madsen and outwork him as well.
Look at the numbers, significant strikes here, 4.33 for someone like Mark Madsen to 3.42.
I know, he does have a bit of an output, does have a lot of output, but
effectiveness,
I just think Pichel can hang in there.
What I got to tell you about that as well, with someone like Vince Pichel, he's a bit more of a sniper. You know, he sort of picks his shots and he's precision and he's got power behind it too. And that's dangerous. It is dangerous. He likes to sort of rotate around the outside and pick his opportunities, which is why the output probably isn't on his side. But yeah, look, he's got a gas tank to go to full free for sure. Let's see what some of those chats are saying. What's people's opinions on it?
So Warren's chiming in saying, "What's up, guys? What's up, mate?" Jamie saying Gastelum injured. And then Jay Justice 505 is think the Korean will win.
Okay,
Warren's saying that he's got Mark is too short.
Yeah, size wise.
I'm not going to repeat what Lettuce Muncher said because I'll let you have a little look at that, buddy.
Let's have a look.
Sam's saying is Madsen. He's got Madsen winning. Justice again saying. I was talking about UFC 274. Okay. Not about that just yet, guys. Lettuce Muncher saying hello to Jamie. Oh, yeah. Loving it. I'm still scrolling.
Yeah.
Still talking about the Korean Zombie Justice. Warren saying that Mark is too small. Interesting. And now we're talking about, interesting, bringing in Logan Paul and Paddy. We'll get to that at the end.
Yeah, we've got to touch on that. We will do. But yeah, and otherwise, we'll talk about height, right? They think that Mark Madsen's height's going to be a problem. And that's probably what I picked up most from the chats there. And like, it's going to help him it's going to give him the advantage, if anything, in the takedowns. It's going to help him get to those hips a lot quicker and a lot faster.
Indeed, yeah.
So not so much a disadvantage. I'll be careful just to think that just because you're a smaller guy, at a disadvantage, it doesn't necessarily matter. It has some payoffs to it as well. So we touched on the grappling. We can see it's really much in the field of Mark Madsen with takedown average of 4.33 as well. But if we go over to the gauges and we look at where these advantages lie, what I'll be keen to know, Ash, is your thoughts on where this fight's going to take place. Do you think it will be standing? Do you think it'll be on the ground? And even if it is on the ground, is Mark Madsen just going to be relentlessly taking Pichel?
Yeah, this is the thing as well. Mark Madsen in his last outing against Clay Guida, arguably. People thought that Clay Guida won that fight because he tried so many times to get the takedown, and Clay was the one bouncing back to his feet. And I think Pichel's going to do exactly the same, get back to his feet. Like he's all good at getting the takedowns. He's just holding them down is his issue because he will work and work and work for the takedown. It's just trying to hold them down.
Yeah, it's gonna be the hardest thing to do. All right, well, who do you think the striking advantage goes to then? Are we siding with Pichel on this in terms of his ability? He doesn't necessarily have the output, but I think he would do more damage standing up than
I think he would, and definitely 100%. I would say he has the striking,
All right, so we give that to Pichel over in the red corner. Grappling wise, we've got to go Madsen on that one.
Yeah, you got to go. You got to go Madsen on that one, 100%. Yeah.
Power.
It's going to go Pichel for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll agree. I guess I'll agree on that. I agree on that for sure. Speed. Who's gonna be faster?
I don't know. This one's a tough one for me because
is.
Madsen is quite quick.
He is. He is.
He can be. He might be a little bit leaner on his feet. Could give it to Mark Madsen.
Yeah, you want to go Madsen on speed?
Yeah, and then 100% the cardio is going to go to Pichel for me.
Yeah, I agree on that one as well. Cardio for Pichel. He just looks fantastic in those late rounds.
Yeah.
And look, that's what the math says. The MMA maths has spoken.
Just quickly get onto Jamie's comment.
What's Jamie saying? What's good, Jamie? How are we?
Here's the problem, guys. Pichel can get up, but he's actually takedown defense is not great. That alone will allow Madsen to get the points, and Madsen's striking isn't too bad. It's probably
not too bad.
Won't be exciting. Yeah, but this is what I was saying earlier, mate. Like, I was very surprised that they bumped this one up from the prelims rather than the Rosenstrike and Marcin Tybura. I'd rather have seen Marcin Tybura versus
heavyweights
Rosenstrike.
Bang, you know,
I mean, I'd rather have seen that because this one's just going to be a wrestling clinic. It's going to be, like you just said, mate, down to a T. Madsen's going to try and go for the takedown. He will succeed. He will succeed in the couple, and it's just going to be Pichel trying to work his way back to his feet. And I just think Pichel can catch him. I really do, because he struggled against Clay Guida. Madsen did. So
as
I
we
think
lock in
someone
your
like Pichel will be okay. Yeah, Pichel will be my pick to win the fight anyway. Yeah.
Pichel. I mean, it's a very interesting point Jamie raised, and it does have me scratching my head a little bit, wondering and wanting to switch because so he can get up, but the reality is he gets taken down easy enough. So it's and it could just be relentless takedown after takedown. Madsen is capable of doing that, but then again, Pichel's got a gas tank.
But like you said, if he can survive rounds 1 and 2, and his gas tank holds up, Pichel's gas tank holds up. I think his gas tank will be okay. Sorry, I meant Mark Madsen's gas tank holds up in round 3. Then he could take the decision, but who knows?
All right. And what's that thing I saw in the Discord again? I mean, if you guys aren't in the Discord yet, the link's in the description below, so do join up. But I think, was it Dylan chiming in saying that there's a Pichel whisperer or something like that? Something along the lines of...
Yeah, it's something to do with like betting or something. I didn't read too much into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's some mystic Meg out there says it's going to be around 3, which is an interesting take, to be fair, and TKO. And I don't know, see if he's got it in him. I'll be interested to see it. But let's get on to the next fight up on the card, which is...
Interesting one, man.
Oh, yeah, man, this is good. These are the girls. This is MACKENZIE Dern versus TECIA TORRES. Now, record here, it's 11-2-0 for MACKENZIE Dern, and then it's TECIA TORRES sitting in at 13-5. Now, reach-wise, you got the taller fighter being Dern by about 3 inches, and reach-wise, she's also got 3 inches on her, 2.5, in fact. It's not going to make a significant difference. Now, we do have some picks in here from the people, and so let's find out what they had to say about this particular matchup, shall we?
What's up, guys? It's time for my picks for UFC 273, so let's get straight into it. It's a shame that Kelvin Gastelum ain't fighting no more. I was looking forward to those fights, but it's been cancelled, unfortunately. On to the next fight. It is MACKENZIE Dern versus TECIA TORRES. I do feel like MACKENZIE Dern has got this in the bag. I'm going to go for second round submission. Even though TECIA TORRES does edge it on the stand-up, I just feel like once it gets to the ground, it's just MACKENZIE Dern's domain.
Thank you, David, for chiming in on that, man. Yeah,
yes, absolutely. David from London.
Love that.
We saw him at UFC London, didn't we? Yeah.
No, we did.
Hope you're well, buddy.
Great, so a great pick there. He thinks Dern does it second round.
Look at him having the UFC fights in the background. Look.
I know. Yeah, full on. He's got it all there. But you're watching it like back on a bit delayed from me. We're ahead of that now.
Oh yeah, I'm still watching it. Yeah.
Of course. All right. So look, all I got to say is that he goes MACKENZIE Dern. He thinks it's going to be submission in the second round. Is that plausible? Okay. We've got some people here chiming in through the Twitter conversations. We have Doug E. Fresh. He says, I think I'm going to take MACKENZIE on this one, but TECIA is tough, and I think that she's going to avoid the takedown. So she can win a stand-up fight. And then we've got someone down there, Team Fowler, I believe, is backing TECIA. And there's your comment there too. But yeah, some interesting picks here. I mean, a lot of people going, it seems a bit split, but people have confidence.
This one's the toughest one on the card for me.
Mm-hmm. It is?
Just reason being, because we saw how lackluster and how sort of bad Dern's takedown attempts were in her last outing against Rodriguez. And Rodriguez is predominantly a striker, not a wrestler, not a grappler, just predominantly a striker. And Dern struggled to even take someone like Rodriguez down. So what's she going to do against someone that's actually quite a decent wrestler in Torres?
You don't think she's going to succeed on it?
I don't know. Obviously, surely that's what she's done in her training camp. Surely worked on her wrestling, worked on her entries.
Yeah,
you've got to think so. And again, accepting this fight, surely you're thinking, right, I do have to actually work on my wrestling, because who knows, Torres could take her down. But then I 100% don't think she will. But
yeah, well, here's a time for it, right? And we've got some chats here saying Torres all day for me. That's Jamie chiming in saying that. Then we've got nice. I've got TECIA as well, Sean Corcoran, and then we've got people going for Torres on for TECIA.
Yeah, there's a lot of people going Torres, to be fair. Yes, Bob. Welcome back, Bob.
What's up, Bob? How are we? All right. So, looking at how you think it's going to take place in terms of knockouts, TECIA's got some towards her accolades, and Dern, of course, 64% submission. She's decorated in terms of the ground game. She's got that to help her. And decisions-wise, it looks like the person who goes the distance the most is someone like Torres. So that's saying anything more about her cardio and a gas tank.
Indeed, mate.
The question we've got to ask ourselves is the same one again, I think. Is this fight going to stay standing, or is it going to go to the ground?
That's the question, buddy.
Significant strikes. It says here that TECIA is the better striker, landed and least absorbed, so better on her feet. It means that Dern does have to get her down. And as you were saying earlier, can she, given the fact that she struggled in her last outing with having to do that? It's very much looks like can we confidently say grappling versus striker, do you think?
Well, I would tend to agree with what you're saying, because I was going to say Torres in the last outing fought Angela Hill. Right. And Angela Hill was predominantly standing up as well. And Torres didn't really go for takedowns in that fight. No. And I remember watching it with you boys, and we were screaming for Torres to go for a takedown. She didn't. And she stood up with she stood up with someone like Angela Hill and outstruck her and outpointed her and got a unanimous decision win. I think it might have been split actually, but still, she outstruck someone like Angela Hill on the feet. So what's she going to do to someone like Dern that's not got that great striking? So.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It's a really fair point, and I think in terms of like how this would play out, we could probably go straight to the gauges with this one to find out who's got the different advantages. Because I'm actually quite keen to find out myself. You're right. This is one that's probably going to go to a decision, and if it goes to decision, does that mean it's who's that most dangerous for? Do you know what I mean? Is that more dangerous for Dern, or is that more dangerous for Torres? Let's have a look at those gauges.
Indeed, mate. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to the chats in a minute. Don't worry. We get to you. Don't worry.
I'm going to go straight in there with striking for Dern. No, sorry, not Dern. The other way around.
Sorry, I was going to say.
Yeah.
You got away with that one, mate.
Straight away. No, yeah, of course. So with Torres. But grappling-wise, we'll go to Dern on that one. Yep. All right. Now we're going to get a bit dicey. Power. Looking at the numbers
this is the thing, because
more knockouts goes to Torres on paper.
Dern's got not that great striking. Like you said, I think Torres has got 1 KO on her record, like you said.
I mean, it's 8%.
It's going to have to go to Torres because Dern's not got that good striking in the first place, so she doesn't have that power anyway. So it's going to have to go Torres.
All right, yeah, fair enough. I think it's going to have to be something that's on paper 8%. It's not a lot, but it's slightly higher than. All right, then. And speed.
Speed is Torres as well.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Jamie was having to go at you there, mate.
No, cardio. What's Jamie's side? I was about to say, no. Okay, yeah. that was
Dern striking.
Straight in there. Striking with Dern. All right, yeah. And cardio then. Who's going to... look, if we look at the fight time... This
one's a tough one, though. Because like you said, mate, like Torres goes distance more.
She's gone to more decisions.
Yeah, exactly. I just...
On paper...
we saw Dern tire in the Rodriguez fight.
So did Rodriguez.
So it's going to have to go Torres for me.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Because you think her style is like trying to get the takedown or get close to tie up. She's very good at tying up. Once she ties her opponents up, she has decent trips and things. But if you're going to try and go for a takedown in the middle of the octagon, Dern's not going to get it for me. Up against the fence, I don't think she's going to get it for me again. I just think it's going to be, if it's going to tie, once she ties her opponents up and she has decent trips. Right. I just, cardio is going to have to go for Torres for me. I'll just get to a few chats quickly.
Yeah, sure, go on.
No, for me, I think Torres takes this one for me.
Torres takes it. Oh yeah. The only other thing I was going to ask is like, what strategy would you think DERN would have to implement in order to, you know,
well, that's the question, mate. Like what a couple of people in the chat said. Like, surely DERN's worked on her wrestling, worked on her takedown entries, worked on her striking to obviously strike her way into a takedown, or is she massively improved either one? Because they both need improvement. Her striking needs improving, and her wrestling needs improving as well. So hopefully it's been improved. And I think her striking will implement the wrestling. So we'll have to just wait and see.
Always hate that, having to like hope that they've been doing their homework.
Well, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like the Kevin Hollands. Kevin Holland had to go away and work on his wrestling. Same with Darren Till. Darren Till's now working with fucking KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. So his takedowns are going to be decent now. So
we'll have to see it. Let's have a look at some of those chats.
Yeah, so got all the way back up to just after what Bob says. Sean saying that he enjoyed Torres' last fight. That was against Angela Hill, correct?
Yep.
Les Minds just saying great input from Bob again, saying if DERN never improves her wrestling, she will never be an elite striker. Exactly. He's not good enough to make some people shoot on her. Exactly, mate. Well said. Yeah. Scrolling down. Les Minds just saying Bob, you would absolutely dominate them in the octagon.
Yeah, brilliant. I've skipped a bit ahead there, really, but yeah.
No, it's like Torres by unanimous decision, says Sean.
Unanimous, yeah. Okay.
Just trying to read out irrelevant ones.
Yeah. Torres probably has more power, even though her power isn't great. So
exactly. Yeah, 100%. That's what we were kind of going on, because like, DERN striking's not that great in the first place. So first striking's not that great in the first place. Surely can't have much power.
Yeah. And then you got
of course, Miguel, welcome in, buddy. Welcome back in. He's saying Torres should have this one easy. Okay.
Hey, cool, Smeagol. What's good, bro? Good to see you back.
Welcome in, buddy.
Welcome back. When you need to hope somebody has worked on specific areas, that's not a good sign for me. Yeah, Jamie's saying exactly what's on all of our minds.
Specific areas, exactly. Some people are they're all round okay at everything, but like when you need to improve one area massively, then like you said,
let's face it, people don't do their homework.
It's a given. That's what I mean.
You know? All right, let's send it right back and check out the next fighters up on the card. To fight 3. This is what a lot of us have been waiting for. Is this the people's main event?
Yeah, this is the people's main event.
Is this the people's main event? Whoa, tell us about it, Ash. Who are we looking at?
Yeah, we got KHAMZAT CHIMAEV against Gilbert Burns, mate. Oh,
yeah,
mate.
Yeah, or Gilbert Burns against KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. But you know, either way, this is going to be a barn.
Yes, Damien Collins,
fight.
Welcome in, buddy.
Damien
Collins saying it's easy until DERN holds onto your leg. Well, it's true, mate. Like we were just saying, DERN's got to get there first. Like this is what we were saying, because obviously DERN's takedown entries, takedown attempts are not great. Hopefully, as we just said earlier in the stream, hopefully she's been working on a few different things. But who knows?
Yeah, hoping is never a good sign. But all right, so let's see where we're at. We got Gilbert Burns, KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. The numbers here: 24-0 for Gilbert Burns, and then we got 10-0 for the undefeated KHAMZAT CHIMAEV from the blue corner, rising significantly. So he's ranked 11 at the moment, right? And he's fighting someone at level 2, number 2 in the division. That's a huge jump. The last time we saw a jump that big, it was to Lewis and
Taiji Basa, Taiji Basa all the way. I think it was a 10 or 11, and just went
11 to 3.
Just over. Yeah, crazy leap.
A massive jump. And look what happened. He went straight up there as well. I mean, you know, if KHAMZAT gets the defeat here, is that same thing going to happen as well? We're going to see the UFC chuck him right up to 3rd.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. You got Gilbert Burns in at number 2, mate.
Yeah.
At number 2.
And this guy's got a lot of hype behind him, so.
Exactly, it's crazy. I was looking, like I said to you earlier, the amount of people the embedded that come out and the countdowns, all the other ones, even the press conference. Yeah, CHIMAEV's got the most views on every single one of them.
Yeah, well, there you go. The guy's an animal.
Crazy.
Yeah, absolutely animal. But let's have a look at some of the numbers. Oh, actually, no, we've got some people's picks on this one. So let's see what the people had to say.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, let's get to it. Yeah,
and then we'll come back and break it down, dice it up.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Postman, here to give you a quick pick for UFC 273. I'm going to give you KHAMZAT CHIMAEV, Gilbert Burns under 1.5 at +100. I saw this line at plus money and I had to hit it right away because I don't think it's going to be there long. I'd probably play it up to -120, -130. We'll see if it gets that high. I'm not sure. I think KHAMZAT's going to roll here. I think he's going to finish him in the first round, hit that under 1.5 for us at that plus money. Anyways, that's my quick pick for you. You can follow me on Twitter at PostmanPicksMMA and subscribe to the Substack. See you later. Peace.
Hi lads. So my prediction for this weekend, UFC 273, is KHAMZAT by unanimous decision.
My picks for UFC 273, I'm just going to do the main three. I think KHAMZAT's going to KO Gilbert Burns.
Next fight, it's our boy KHAMZAT CHIMAEV versus Gilbert Burns. This is a tough fight for KHAMZAT, but however, I do feel like the UFC know what they're doing. They're backing KHAMZAT all the way, and whenever I've bumped into fighters at these UFC events, they're speaking very highly of KHAMZAT. So I do feel I feel like he's going to take over. I really do. So yeah, I'm joining the hype train. We're going with KHAMZAT CHIMAEV.
Oh boy, you've heard it here first. Everyone has literally jumped on that steam train and gone KHAMZAT
Exactly.
CHIMAEV
This is what I'm saying. It's crazy.
Wow.
Like,
It's
are we all
mad,
going to be
it's
eating our
mad.
words?
Y'all must have forgot, you know. But we've only always seen, you know, Gilbert Burns is certainly a contester. He's tough. One thing I want to say first before we get into it is like everyone there on the people's picks. Thanks for sending your picks in. Absolutely, we love it. And
you're famous. Everyone in the chat.
Yeah,
There's a few in the chat that have just popped up. You're famous now. It's right.
Oh yeah, the video will get hundreds of views, and you guys will be fixing all over the globe. But the reality is, as well, what's quite exciting about it is, look, we like to glorify and share other people's opinions. You know, it's great, it's cool stuff. If you didn't get a chance to send your picks in, I know a few people hadn't. Car Joe, we're looking at you, bro. It's cool, no problem.
Car Joe, where you been,
We've always
man?
got next time. We've always got next time. You know, we'll send out the comms a week ahead of time. You can always send them in once again. And then,
Don't worry, I'll get to the chats in a minute as well. Don't worry. They'll come flying in. Don't worry, we'll get to you.
But yeah, what do you think of that, bro? Everyone's gone KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. Is it realistic?
Yeah,
is it ludicrous?
This is what I mean. I put a tweet out earlier in the week just to say, are we sleeping on Gilbert Burns or are we jumping on a KHAMZAT CHIMAEV pipe train? Like a hype train, sorry.
Glad you said train instead of something else. You know, you can.
Yeah, well,
I just jumping on KHAMZAT CHIMAEV's.
I just don't get it. I just like because Gilbert Burns, man, like he's an elite like jiu-jitsu world champion, man. Like once he gets a hold of you, that's it. But like CHIMAEV is strong, he's durable, but we've just not seen him tested yet. We've not seen him like we've only seen him absorb one strike. I can understand if we had seen but it's just nothing we can sort of say.
Who gets into the top five and absorbs less than absorbs less than 5 strikes? That would be immaculate. As some record. If the win. And he's surely got to get. No, I put Burns doing some damage.
He's next after Leon Edwards versus Usman, unless obviously Leon beats Usman and then Usman gets the rematch. But still,
you can't get to a title fight without a scratch on you, and there's no way that's possible.
That's crazy. Surely Burns is going to do something. Surely,
yeah, he's got to put some damage on him. But at the same time, this is what I said before. Like we don't have much data on KHAMZAT CHIMAEV because we haven't really seen him get out the first round much. And the reality is, I have a theory that underneath that big bulbous beard is a very incredibly tiny weak chin. It's a theory.
You never know, mate.
And it might just be hiding something, but we just don't know, do we? Don't know. And let's see what those people said on the chats then below.
Scroll all the way up,
who told Sean to look so cute? Okay, Lettuce Muncher loves a bit of Sean. We all do, Lettuce Muncher. We all do. That makes sense, Jamie. That's Sean chiming in there. Bob there saying Sean, he was born in Chechnya, but his mum immigrated over to Sweden with him. Okay, so that's a bit more about the origination of KHAMZAT CHIMAEV, I believe. I'm going all the way up. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll just read out Damo's comment quickly. Damo all the way at the top says, I have a strange feeling CHIMAEV will dominate, but Sterling gonna win.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but the stars align for Sterling to say a huge fuck you.
Okay, some strong stuff.
We get to Sterling and Yarn in a sec though, but yeah, imagine.
Yeah. And Bob chiming in and saying, I just remembered Burns has a very suspect chin. Though, and he has the power to chin others, but still, that's a good point. We've seen Burns get knocked out.
Yeah. I think they were referring to Dan Hooker knocked him out. Yeah, but that was a lightweight as well. I know it's no real difference,
Usman,
but still.
Usman done them too.
Yeah, but
know?
Usman's a monster though, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, imagine forgetting to submit your picks almost every event like an idiot. Is that someone like Damo? Is that what Damo does? He got TKO'd by Hooker. Yeah, okay. Hello, returnable Damien.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Damien happens all of the time. Okay, so let's talk about the whole picks thing. Gotcha. All right. Generally, elite wrestlers can nullify Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighters, submission games. Only see Burns sub-threat when KHAMZAT goes for the takedown. Okay.
Yeah, but you've said that perfectly. That Bob, you're on fire today. Like it's stuff. Because wrestlers will always think of position like over submission, if you know what I mean. Like they know their positions. Wrestlers will know the positions. And obviously, we know how much of an elite wrestler that CHIMAEV is. He will get if he goes for a takedown, he will always get the position first. So his position will always be ready. Once he gets that takedown, he will get it. I'm sure he won't leave his head there for a guillotine, but I'm just saying the position will always be there. Yeah, he's too smart for it, I think.
One thing I'm worried about with someone like Burns is like if he gets rushed too quickly and he gets overwhelmed, you know, I feel like.
Yeah,
I feel like that could be a challenge for him.
It's like when Khabib fought Conor. Like you can work all day long working on takedown defense. It's just once you're there, what do you do? You panic about the takedowns, working on your takedown defense, but you didn't train
under fire, isn't it?
What happens when you're there in the scenario of shit? My legs are tied up. I can't do anything.
Exactly. And let's look at then if we look at some of the numbers here, like significant strikes, right? So significant strikes landed per minute. Now we've got KHAMZAT CHIMAEV with 8.68 landed per minute against Burns' 3.12. Now let's take something drastic into consideration here. Average fight time for CHIMAEV is 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and you got 11:28 for Burns.
Gilbert Burns, yeah.
So that would be a huge factor into why these numbers are
huge,
so stacked towards someone like KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. So for the time he is in the octagon, he's throwing a lot of strikes. I wonder what his defense must be like.
Do you think experience could pay dividends in this fight?
Experience,
in Burns being there and like experiencing the later rounds, if you know what I mean, because we've not seen CHIMAEV out of round 2 yet, have we?
No, not really. No, I probably watched one fight, but that was a while back.
You think? Imagine if CHIMAEV like dominates him for 2 rounds. How do you reckon his gas tank will be in round 3? I know, but then I'm saying that, but then Burns will be fucked as well, won't he?
Yeah, Burns has just got to find ways of surviving. And he's got to survive for 2 reasons. He's got to show us what happens after. But you've seen the training regime of KHAMZAT CHIMAEV, right? You've heard the stories.
Oh, it's crazy.
Right there, UFC London with Darren Till, and he'll tell us the story
to Darren
about
Till saying that he's running up mountains with fucking rocks,
huge, and these big boulders, and it's like Darren Till's like, bloody hell, that wasn't even the assignment, but now I've got to pick up a boulder so I don't look like a pussy. And he's like, he goes down the hill, picks up a boulder as well, and just tries to keep up with him. It's like he gets given a task and he just makes it. He adds like 10 times more
that's it.
Challenge to it.
Like, I was watching a video of Gilbert Burns going for a training regime for his cardio. I bet Gilbert Burns, I bet CHIMAEV will double it.
Yeah. Well, look, this is it.
Crazy.
I mean, it's scary because I'm basing a lot of my faith on what I've heard outside the octagon with someone like CHIMAEV.
Well,
you know, it's not so much what happens inside the octagon historically, right? And it's insane. And just the numbers there are just 0.08 absorbed per minute.
Like,
do you know what I mean? It's like the most he's received in the last 4 or 5 bouts he's had is a flick on the nose. Yeah, exactly. That's about it. Grappling wise, look, his numbers are going to look construed. This might be a very unfair test to weigh up here, largely because these numbers, you know, looking at the time at which KHAMZAT's been in the octagon, only about 3 minutes to 11 on average, of course, across.
How can I have strike defense of 75% when he's not even absorbed a strike? Bit of a funny one.
Oh man, it's all funny. It's strike defense. Yeah, you're right. It's strike defense.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
because he's not been on the feet that much, is he?
No.
But yeah, true.
In any case, it's let's get into the gauges because I need to make sense of this somehow.
Look, they've not even got takedown defense there.
No,
for CHIMAEV. Nothing's there. We just got no data.
We just don't know a lot of the stuff. But look, we'll get
Mate,
into the
Damien said it.
applications.
Damien said it in
What are you
one.
saying?
If Burns lands a shot, he's made history.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's, do you know what I mean?
History made, mate.
He's got to take it to the third round just so we can all see what happens. Like whether he wins the fight or not, if you go the full distance of Khamzat Chimaev, you're a champion. And secondly, we're all keen to find out what happens after, after the, on the other side of the hill, what happens when you go down the horizon.
This one's an interesting one though. Because striking, who would you give striking to?
Striking, I would give to. I think
this is what I'm saying though. Have we
Burns,
seen much stand-up striking from Chimaev? We've got to go for what we've seen.
I'll go Burns, but I'll give power to Chimaev. That's how I'd do it. Do you know? Just because when Khamzat has thrown his hands,
well, I'll tell you what.
Finishes from it.
We go. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. We've got one knockout finish that we've seen in the UFC from Chimaev, which was against Mershad. But we've seen Burns do it to multiple opponents. So I tell you what, while we go through the next three, in a chat, who will we give in striking and power to? And we move on to
we're going to leave this one. We'll leave this one. Oh, I see.
We'll leave this one. Speed's going to go to Chimaev for me.
You go Speed on
just
Chimaev?
How quick he goes in. Yeah, just how quick he shoots in for a takedown. We let the chat decide who striking and power has. But who would you give grappling to as well?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Who would you give grappling to? Because we've got a jiu-jitsu champion.
Let's talk about the top two, because I would go Khamzat Chimaev on power. Let me take that one. I'll go power for Khamzat Chimaev. I think that's fair to say. Because when he has thrown his hands...
Damien says striking is Khamzat. He's more clean boxer. And I'd say power is equal. See, this is what I'm saying. This is where it gets dicey. Because we're struggling on striking and power. We've not got into grappling yet.
No, or cardio. I gotta go Burns because the data just suggests. But the stories. I mean, Khamzat's a legend already.
Says
he just
Burns
precedes
has
his
power.
stories, doesn't he?
Jamie says striking is Burns, power is Chimaev.
I'll go with that.
That's what I mean. It's so hard, man. But then, who'd you go for grappling? Because grappling is grappling. I know wrestling's kind of in the grappling aspect, but if you're going to go grappling, then you got to go Burns.
What have we got in front of you there in terms of the wiki? How many submissions are pop? What numbers you got for like Khamzat Chimaev? I mean, you talk about a wrestler and you talk about Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
That's the thing. Chimaev's a wrestler. Burns is a grappler, like jiu-jitsu. So you kind of got to give the grappling to Burns, really.
I guess you got to say that, but you give the grappling to Khamzat.
Then again, I'm saying that, and then Chimaev's going to take him down and dominate him. Obviously, we've got Gilbert Burns with 8 submissions.
Mm-hmm. And then Khamzat Chimaev.
And Chimaev, I don't think he's got that many.
No.
I think it's like 5. I'll check.
Okay. I reckon in that case, look, let's get striking in. So we had some people saying
after people. Submission 4 for Khamzat.
4 submissions for Khamzat. We'll go with what's on paper, right? So in terms of grappling, we'll go.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. There's been times where we struggle on these, and we're like it's not that we don't know what we're saying. This is where it gets down to a T as it gets, because you've got some like we could give the grappling to Burns, and then come fight night, Chimaev is gonna take him down, dominate him, get a full mount, get into any position that he wants, just purely because of his technique. So,
no, fair enough.
I don't know.
That could happen too. I mean, Khamzat could just move so fast that Gilbert Burns has only got the choice to react. He's not actually doing anything himself. He's only just reacting, not responding effectively. You know what I mean? And Khamzat could just rush him too quickly for him to get any sort of strategy off. I mean, you can see the screen now. I'll put some things in there. I think this is how it would look. My best guess, anyway. Would you change any of them? Cardio, I've gone Burns because, again, on paper, I've just not seen Chimaev go the distance. I don't know.
I know on paper,
the legends
but
would suggest he's got
like you said, you got to go for facts, and the facts is Burns has been there and done it, but he does tire. He does. And I know there's nothing there, but cardio, you got to go Chimaev. I want to go Chimaev on cardio. That's what I'm saying.
Look, my palms are sweaty. Doing this one. Oh, wow. Okay.
Damien's saying the bit that scares me is Chimaev's power always comes from the guard. He doesn't even wind up it's just a straight bomb. Get some strong shoulder blades. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. It's them boulders that he's been picking up mountains.
Yeah, well, there you go. He's chiseling himself away in the gym. We'll lock that in then. And in terms of who you're going to pick with this, the world pretty much, everyone that we've known and had here on the channel has gone with KHAMZAT CHIMAEV. Is anyone in the group here on the chat right now gone for Burns? And who do you go for, Ash? Would you side with?
I'm going to go CHIMAEV.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go knockout.
Knockout by CHIMAEV.
Well, TKO.
3, 2, 1.
I'm going to go 1.
Imagine. I desperately want to see what happens to this guy after round 2. But okay, I think I'll probably side with CHIMAEV in this as well. Although I do really want to side with Burns to stop him. If Burns doesn't do it, what man will? I just don't know.
What have we got in the I'm just looking at the case. So we've got striking Burns. Yeah? No, sorry. Striking CHIMAEV.
Yeah.
Grappling Burns. Power CHIMAEV. Speed CHIMAEV. And cardio for Burns.
Yeah. Based on what we've seen, some of the records there. That's how.
Yeah, Damien says it in one there. Let's put it this way: we're going to find out a winner come 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah. Soon enough, we'll find out whether Burns can actually.
Oh, sorry, the first 30 seconds. Sorry.
Yeah, we can find out whether Burns can actually pull up with the pressure from KHAMZAT, or we'll find out whether KHAMZAT.
Bob going. I feel whoever.
It's time to move on.
Losses. I actually worry about CHIMAEV's defense. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's it. We just don't know, but that would be interesting to see. Let's have a look at who is.
Honestly, we could be here all night talking about this fight. Honestly, but we gotta move on.
Yeah. Honestly,
it's hard.
Backwards and forwards.
Please don't get offended.
Right,
it's
we're
hard.
into
It's
the
so
co-main. We're in the co-main right now, bro. Walk us through who we got.
Oh, we got the co-main of it. We got Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling, man.
You always do it the blue corner to
the
red
rematch,
corner, which sort of bugs me a bit. It's red corner to blue corner.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Would you Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan? Sorry.
Yeah. You do it backwards. It's like,
so I just said it the proper way because Jan's going to win.
I see. Okay, you gone with your preferred, but your favorite first.
Oh, well, I said CHIMAEV first.
You did as well. You did, yeah. So the records here: you got 23-0 for Aljamain Sterling, and you got Peter Yan at 16-2. One of those losses from Peter Yan came from the loss to Aljamain Sterling himself, the disqualification more so. But how that fight went, we'll get into it. Now, reach-wise, pretty much even, and height-wise as well. No, sorry, height-wise even. Reach-wise, it's 71 inches for Sterling, and it's 67 inches for Peter Yan. Now, we thought this was going to be an issue in the first outing. However, Peter Yan found superb ways of closing the distance and finding the target as well. He's done it really. He's got great dexterity with the hands, and he does his superb footwork as well to sort of make sure he gets into the pocket when he wants to.
We've got to people.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So you're going to get into
to say about it. Absolutely. And then we'll come back and dice this up.
We'll come back for the chats after because they're popping, all right?
Yeah.
Yan by 3rd round knockout.
The next fight is Petr Yan versus Aljamain Sterling. Well, I feel like our boy Peter Yan, he dominated the first fight. And he has been fighting throughout this whole year and last year, whilst Aljamain's been out with injuries. He's been getting surgeries. So Peter Yan, he's been a more active fighter. So I'm gonna go with Peter Yan. I reckon he's gonna get a knockout, and we'll go with the 3rd round because that's when Aljamain started slowing down in the last fight.
I think Aljamain Sterling's gonna. He's probably going to submit Peter Yan, I hope, anyway. Round 2.
Some dicey picks there. We had Sean going round 2 for Sterling. Yeah, Sterling for round 2. Then we had David going Yan, and of course Marshall with Yan as well. So some interesting stuff, some interesting thoughts. I mean, it's a really good breakdown there from you, David. I really love that. Yeah. Again, their socials and Instagram or Twitter logos, details are there in the video. So feel free to hit those guys up. They're really good for opinions. Follow them as well. Look, they've made some really good points. We've got some things here on Twitter as well. So DP UK says Yan by 4th or 5th round TKO. So he thinks it's going to be something done again in the latter ends based on his cardio ability to exhaust Aljamain Sterling. We saw his gas tank deplete the first time round. Then we've got more faith in
Yeah.
Jan coming from Ragshav, and he said Jan is so technically good and ahead of Sterling. It's going to be this time. It's going to be soon his time, I think is what he's trying to say there. But as usual, Jan is first to reads the game really well, and he adjusts and makes some tactics. Sterling didn't win the first fight. Jan lost the fight. So he's basically picking up the obvious there, but just drilling home the point that he thinks it's going to be Jan's time this time around. And then Sweet Pilgrim says, drags Aljo into the deep waters and basically stops him via strikes, I think. So fourth round later, a bit later on.
Nice. Just a quick couple of chats before we dive into it. So yes, welcome in, Bruce, Bob Trotter, welcome in.
Hey,
says,
Bob,
any
what's
idea
good,
why
bro?
Volk keeps talking about how he has kids at home? His opponent also has kids. So why is it his point? Who cares? I haven't seen that, mate. But exactly.
Where's Dustin? He likes I was gonna say kids,
Yeah,
but you know,
but
Macy
don't
Barber's
forget
kids. He
Dustin.
keeps talking about Macy Barber's kids, doesn't he? That sounds like an answer that he could come flying through with. All right, no, decent. And what's our thoughts on this fight here? So we're talking.
Jamie
now.
says Peter Yan about to make his third title defense. Yep, 100%. He's the real champ. Would love Aljo to win just to see everyone's reaction, says Bob. Mate, everyone will go nuts. Sean says Peter will be too good, emotionally swing a massive shot. Aljo dodges, takes him down, and submits him in the first.
Wow.
Okay.
I think if Aljo is going to...
This is the thing. If Aljo can keep him down this time, and like you think, like he's used this first fight as a sort of gauge to how he's going to fight. And he must know in his heart of hearts that he went too quick, too fast, came out the guns, went too quick. And we saw how tired Aljo got. We saw how tired he was. You think if Aljo paces himself and actually gets him down and keeps him down, you never know, because he's grappling and his jiu-jitsu is decent. But keeping someone like Peter Yan down is crazy.
It's hard. It's not going to be an easy job at all. You're right. And we saw it in the first time out, as you said, just correctly. But I think if we're looking at how this fight's going to take place, you know, Bob obviously said, he said really wisely that Yan, it was Ragshaw just a moment ago. He said Yan uses the first moments of the fight.
He always uses the first round to... That's it.
I would say for Aljamain to use that time while he's been a bit, reserved and trying to collect the data to just
That's the thing.
bull rush him. Absolutely. But then didn't he do it in the first time out? That was a strategy first time out.
This is the thing as well. This is where we could go back and forth or down this one as well, because you think that Sterling, as I just said, he's got to think of his heart and hearts. He can't go that quick too fast because of his gas tank. But then if he does slow down and take his time, who's that going to benefit? Someone that does take his time to make his reads in Yan. And if you're going to stand there and take your time as well, he's going to pick you apart. True.
Let's Muncher here says on the YouTube channel, I agree with Sean and all of his expertise, which is making me giggle a little bit. Sean said round 2, he thinks, didn't he? So Peter Yan will be too emotionally swinging and massive shots. Yeah, dodges under the... Yeah, that's what Sean was saying. So he thinks round 2, or even the first round, but quite early on, basically, Aljamain's going to be able to get the sub on him. And it's a very... It's a creative thinking. Could it be possible? It sounds like it's a narrative that's too easy for someone just as tough as Peter Yan.
Yeah.
I've never seen the guy get emotional before. He seems to be composed, right? But anything could happen. Exactly. Anything could happen there. No, Sean, not happening. I'm sorry. Okay, that says call Smeagol. So he just said it straight. If Aljamain wants to win, he has to put on a wrestling pace on immediately. So this is what we're talking about, right? Put a wrestling pace on. It could end up like we saw the first time round, get gassed out. What does he do different is one of the questions I'm going to come to you with in a second, Ash. But what does he need to do differently? Numbers-wise, did you see the striking there? 5.98 for Aljamain. That's for Peter Yan. Yeah, of course. And then it's 4.84 for Aljamain. So in terms of absorb per minute, Aljamain barely gets hit at 2.2. And someone like...
He uses his wrestling quite a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah. And also with Peter Yan's style, he gets hit, but he allows it. He stands there, hands up, and he sort of works way into pocket, absorbing strikes. Now, granted, they're not landing, But he blocks his way in, doesn't he? So he's got high guard. He sits right there on the firing line, and he gets in and does, and just to pay you back. Grappling wise, yeah, those numbers make sense.
We know where that's going, mate.
Yeah, of course, submission average. That's all in favor of Aljo. So the question we want to get to here is, what does Aljo do differently this time? Because a lot of people are chiming in saying he does things similar to what he did the first time out, just better, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that enough? Is that enough to say? Is it something different, or is it the same strategy, just better?
I think that's the only way he's going to beat someone like Peter Yan is he uses his wrestling and
aggressive in the first round.
That's the thing. He's got his like, he can't be patient and he can't let Yan get ahead of him, because Yan will, and he will outstrike him. I think he's got to try for that takedown. Yeah. And he's got to get it. He's literally got to get it. And if he gets him down, holds him down, it's his only way to win. Only way to win for me.
He's got to keep him there on the
exactly.
ground.
But keeping him there is a whole different ballgame.
Basically asking for the same strategy, but better, aren't we? But yeah, let's see what's happened here. So Yan has emotions, says Damian Collins with a question mark. Wasn't too sure. And Cool Smeagol says, I would argue that Yan does not have a terrible gas tank. I've seen him fight hard the whole time, and he has Max Holloway vibes. Okay, I see where you're coming from with that. Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that. Now, not so much the Hawaiian heart, though. I think that's very unique to that of Holloway and his people, right? Bob says, John McCarthy said that in Yan's second fight versus Magomed, since he already knew his game, he came out at a fast pace since he knew his opponent's game already. Okay, so he's saying that he didn't necessarily have that first round.
He knew his game plan already, so he came out fast. Okay. Yeah,
he didn't really use take that first round off the gather data. He sort of rushed.
That's the thing. Like, you think that surely, because in Embedded, Yan was saying that surely Sterling's not going to come out flying out the gates like he did. So reverse psychology, Yan could come flying out the gates.
He could. He could. That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
Because I think Yan had a fast-paced fight against Corey Sandhagen, and Corey Sandhagen's a quality striker.
Not in the first round.
If you're going to beat,
he did as expected. If you're going to beat someone
like Corey Sandhagen, is like arguably probably one of the best strikers in the bantamweight division. Arguably, not the best.
Yeah.
Like, he's crazy.
Yeah. That's it. And I have to say that he didn't. I'll get those gauges up and ready. I was just going to say, like, he didn't. He had the first round off and sort of gathering data as he usually does in that first round against Sandhagen. But one of the things we was concerned about there was the big height and reach disadvantage, of course, that Yan had, and the fact he's able to do that against the guy he's a strategic genius.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, then we get into the main event. So let's talk about the averages and how this is going to look. So striking wise, who's got the advantage here? I think.
Striking.
I was about to. I was about to just do that out of automatically.
No, Jan's the best boxer. It's actually in bantamweight division, man. 100%.
Yeah. Okay. No, I agree with that. Yep. It's just
grappling is going to go Aljo. Grappling.
Yep.
Power. Yan. It's got to go Yan.
Yeah.
I think he has better power than Aljo.
Aljo's got speed.
I'd agree. Jan's quick as well, but Aljo, I'd agree with you there.
I'll say that because he's able to cover larger distances quickly.
Yeah.
That's why I say Aljo, because he does have that ability to sort of be outside of range and snipe at you and get his hands in from as low as well. Like, it looks fast, but at the same time, that particular way of striking, you do need that speed advantage.
Jan's quick nonetheless as well, but I know what you mean. Sterling's got the hand speed as well as Yan, but like he's got the athleticism as well to do different types of things, like if it's a shot for a takedown and things like that.
Yeah, and the last time we saw him, it did have a little bit too much movement. We'd like to see him calm down a bit and like not be too erratic with his movement, because evidently that led to his gas tank getting completely depleted later on.
Yeah, and cardio's going to have
which takes the last point. Cardio, exactly. Yan, he's just a much more efficient fighter on what he throws, and he's just able to hold it. So looking at that, it looks like Yan is going to take the win on this. Now, a couple of fights ago, I think in the last two people's pick shows we've done, we've pretty much called these fights, I'll say 90% correct, because we did one the card which was 100% correct on it, and then the next one I think we got one or two wrong. But the reality was, like, in terms of when we do these breakdowns, the logic had prevailed previously. So are you safe? Do you feel safe with the fact that Yan is going to be running away with this one?
Yeah, yeah. I just think obviously like Sterling's talking a big game about obviously he's recovered and things like that, but like Jan's still been active and he's still been fighting. And I just think like just to get into Jamie's point, because Jamie said about I see Sterling taking him down, but Jan popping straight back up. Jan reminds me of Aldo when he was in his prime at featherweight, when everyone would try and take Aldo down. They would get him down. Doesn't matter how many times they'd get him down, he would just pop straight back up. And and that's exactly what I think Jan would do.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. It's exhausting getting back up, but it's exhausting for someone like Jan, someone like Sterling, whose gas tank has been proved that it can be like, it can tire. If you know what I mean.
It just sounds extremely cardio taxing. And it's Jamie's other point there I'll just touch on. He says Sterling's quicker feet, Jan quicker hands and kicks. Interesting. And you know, he's contesting that point we put over there for Sterling. And I think you know, we're looking at that one based on just that movement. And I think what do we say? We said basically just able to get in and cover the distance.
Just all round thing. I still think Sterling.
I guess what we're not trying to say is we're not saying Jan is slow. No.
Exactly. Because we mentioned Jan's quick. But like all round things.
I'll give Aljo the edge
on the feet, movement, and things like that. You got to go Sterling.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get into the main event now. We are finally there. The main event of the evening. Thank you, Bruce Buffer.
Do you want me to start the right way this time or my way?
Yeah, go on. Tell us who it is.
We've got Alexander the Great Volkanovski taking on the Korean Zombie. Chan Sung Jung. That was the right way around.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't you this time. In fact, I've just
smashed it.
Yeah, I just got a white screen on my end because the internet's just somehow not loading the page.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm still okay. It's all still here, but the UFC website's crashed on me. All right. So I guess we know who's here. And the idea is, we are back. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll jump into some of the people's picks straight up and see what the people had to say about this.
Yeah, go on. Yeah,
and by the time I cut back, we would have everything back on track. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see.
And Volkanovski by unanimous decision.
Main event, I'd say Alexander Volkanovski is going to get a unanimous decision win over the Korean Zombie.
And the next pick will be Alexander Volkanovski, I think is going to win versus the Korean Zombie. I feel like even with Triple C in the corner of the Korean Zombie, I don't think it's going to be enough. I just feel like Alexander Volkanovski is just that great of a fighter. He's going to win by knockout. And also the Korean Zombie just gets hit too much. That's why they call him the Zombie. He just keeps walking forward. But I do feel like Volkanovski is just that much of a hard hitter. He's going to win. Knockout in the second round.
Wow, again, some strong opinions on that. Everyone going with Volkanovski for getting it done here in this one, which is interesting. I mean, do you think it's a bit of a big jump for someone like Chan Sung Jung? I mean, I'm not talking about rank-wise. I'm talking about ability-wise. You know, should he have taken one more fight before?
Yeah. 100%. Because he's only coming off. Because I think he fought. I have to have a little look at this because I swear because he lost to Ortega, and then he fought Dan Ige, and he's only beaten Dan Ige since, and now he's having a title fight. Yeah, he only had one fight in 2021, which was his win against Dan Ige, and now he's fighting for the belt the year after. So, I think one more win would have done him. Someone like Calvin Kate would have been a great fight for him.
Yeah.
That'd have been a great fight. But he's there now. Again, like you said, Alexander Volkanovski is an absolute beast, man.
Oh, that he is.
Like a lot of people, obviously, everyone. We could go back and forth. Oh, Max won the second fight. I arguably think he could did kind of win, but he didn't. Yeah. He didn't on the judges' scorecards, which is the most important thing.
Well, there you go.
On the books, he's beaten Max Holloway, the People's GOAT in the featherweight division twice, and then he had he defeated Brian Ortega, and the way he done it as well, he was caught in that guillotine tight.
I mean,
deep waters in there, and then the triangle as well. Oh,
different level of heart there.
Exactly. And then to get up from them, nearly being choked out like out cold to get back up and then nearly finish the fight in that round as well with like ground and pound is crazy.
Man, insane. Some people here in the chats are saying, like, I'm hoping Korean Zombie wins, but I got to be realistic. That's Jamie chiming in there.
I'd love it if Korean Zombie won, man. That'd be quality.
I mean, I guess it opens the back up for Holloway to come back again, you know, right? To try again.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, I don't think we've not seen Holloway.
The only reason the only reason I want Korean Zombie to win is just because I want to see someone else in that spot other than that for Volkanovski. You know, it would be like, the only reason I want Korean Zombie to win is just so that it sets up someone like Cater or Holloway coming through and taking a belt.
Yeah.
Two other fighters I'd love to see top of this division. And of course, we go, it's time, 100%, bro. Yes, it is. Second round, wow. So question mark, Jamie. So Jamie, think about, that was on the people pick we had. So he's thinking it's going to be surprising if this goes in the second round. Partly because I think he's got full faith that Zombie is a bit of a zombie for that reason. He's going to keep coming forward no matter what Volkanov's going to throw at him. And he's going to be keep coming forward. Probably into the latter rounds.
I think it definitely will go past round 2.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, because of how Volkanovski fights, and he's always on the front foot, always putting strikes, always peppering the legs.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I can see the Korean Zombie catching him, and we all know he has power.
That would be interesting. Let's see how this fight's going to take place.
Go on.
Because we did have a look at either each of these other ones. Whether it's going to be standing up or on the feet on the ground. Height wise, the Zombie's slightly taller, 5'7". I thought he was taller than me, but he's actually not.
Yeah.
And then you got Volkanovski at 5'6". You'll realize he's small all along. Yeah. And then reach advantage wise, not a big amount between the two. I always thought Korean Zombie was a taller, longer guy, but really is pretty fair. And then you got things like the wins by, Volkanovski's notoriously known for his knockouts. Almost half of his wins have come by KO. Then you got 35% for the Korean Zombie. Submission-wise, Korean Zombie's actually got a little bit more than Volkanovski.
Man, first ever
I'm a bit surprised about
UFC
that.
History from the Korean Zombie.
He did that. But then you got someone like Volkanovski seeing it cruising through to far more decisions, which, you can argue being better or not. But yeah, fight time, look, they're not too far different. Average of 16 minutes for Volkanovski and 12 for Zombie. So what we're trying to look at here basically is understanding how is this fight going to be, how's the narrative of the fight going to happen? Is Zombie going to be initiating takedowns? And let's have a look at what the grappling
You never know,
says.
mate. Honestly, you never know. He could.
Yeah.
But again, it's keeping him down.
Okay, so yeah, all right, here we go. When you look at the grappling, so what we understand is Zombie's got more submissions on average than Volkanovski. However, takedown average, Volkanovski's got far more takedowns. So he takes people to the ground. He just doesn't want to see it to submission. He used that time for what? Ground and pound and just smothering him and looking dominant on top. So with that narrative in mind, who's going to be shooting for the takedown in this fight? Is it going to be the Zombie, or do you think it's going to be Volkanovski?
I don't think anyone will. I think they're predominantly both stand because they're both like striking. I'd be very surprised if the Korean Zombie shoots for a takedown. And the same with Volkanovski. I think he used the first round to stand, and if he's not getting any advantage standing, he will mix in a takedown. We've seen it before in the past. I just think he's so comfortable on the feet. Hearing him in embedded, he's so confident on the feet, and he's confident he's actually going to knock out the Korean Zombie, which I would love to see. Yeah. But who knows?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Bob chiming in there saying Volk's height can't be 5'6" in the embedded. Volk looked so much smaller. So maybe they're glorifying us. Maybe with shoes on.
Yeah, come on, UFC, get your stats right. Come on.
And then Bob saying
he's 4'9".
Bob saying that Zombie looks old, giving me Tony vibes. Not gonna lie, maybe I'm imagining things, but I feel like he's gonna look old in the fight. So you wouldn't think he'd have the speed advantage? Noted. I think I could probably side with that as well. He does look a bit old, which is surprising. I'm not gonna say it because maybe I can say it. Often, if you're from the Far East, if you're Korean or that nationality, you tend to know to be better at aging, aren't you? So people would say anyhow. The skin is certainly quite good, and I think it's all the protein in the diet. But he does look particularly old. Right, so we're looking at the striking wise. If it stays standing, well, you think it's going to be staying standing throughout?
I think
Volkanovski is definitely someone who has Holloway vibes for me in terms of seeing how he stood up against Holloway with Holloway as well. It's just that heart and ability to throw and output. And just have
crazy.
Hold your attention for 5 fights. Yeah, fully. So in that scenario, if that's where the fight gets to, I'll favor Volkov for that. And I don't think the Korean Zombie has the heart to keep up with that kind of pace, personally. Yeah. Yeah, my eyes, I think this is looking Volkov's way. But let's see what the gauges say.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Striking, where are you going with it?
Striking, I'm going to go for... Ooh.
It's got to be Volkov, right?
I'm going to have to go for Volkov, yeah. And then power, I may lean towards the Korean Zombie, but Volk's got power as well, though.
He does. He does. Half of his stoppers come by KO. It's a tough one. I'm
just trying to think of, obviously, the Korean Zombie's KOs. He's KO'd my boy Frankie, unfortunately. He's KO'd Rometo Americano as well. He's KO'd Dennis Bermudez on his return.
Do you think it's all right grappling first then? So do you think, although submissions significantly they look better for Korean Zombie, do you think
but they're not that much difference, I don't think. But yeah,
it's got over double of what Volkov has, but it's 47% to Volkov's 13%, which is low. But I guess the question here is, we saw, didn't we, that in terms of the takedown average, Volkov's got much higher than Zombies. So, it's we were looking at grappling. Who did you give it to?
I actually didn't even know that Volkanovski is actually a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I did not even know that.
No, I didn't. Do you think grappling will go to Volkov or to Zombie? What do you guys say in the chats? What do you reckon? What are you saying, Bob? I'll give it to Volkov again. I'm probably in danger of completely landsliding this whole pick, to be fair. But I'll go with Volkov for grappling. You disagree?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of obviously the submissions that the Korean Zombie's got, man. He's got the first twister submission in UFC history. He's obviously subbed someone like Dustin Poirier. I know it was obviously a featherweight, but I just think this is what it comes down to. We got the scenario like we had with Chimaev and Burns. You got someone like the Korean Zombie, which was the Burns, and then you've got the Volkanovski, which is the Chimaev, because obviously Volk, I think, can take down anyone in this division with ease, and he could probably dominate them on the floor. Same with Chimaev.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you. Go for grappling for Volk, yeah.
Yep. And you got Bob just saying Volk's top has the advantage. Zombie on the bottom won't really be that great, in my opinion. Yeah, okay. And that's just a comment on the grappling. And you said, Volkov for grappling as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll lock that one in then. In terms of power, where do we go on that, and speed? I think we can skip to speed.
Again, the power it could be down the line. We could give both power because they've both got a reasonable amount of KOs.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could probably do that. Both on power. Something like this.
Speed. I've got to go Volk, man. It's just the volume.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Yep.
The volume.
It is right there. And then we've got cardio.
And then the cardio's got to go for Volk as well, man. I've literally seen the Korean Zombie tire. Like the one that sticks in my mind is that he's lost to Yair Rodriguez. Yeah. Like he got knocked out to Yair Rodriguez round 5 because he was just knackered. And it wasn't even. I know it was an unexpected elbow. The ones that you don't see coming, obviously, are the ones that knock you out and things. But he was tired in that Rodriguez fight. And Volkov just does not get tired. Volkanovski doesn't get tired, man. He just keeps going and going and going.
The perfect sort of yardstick to measure your cardio up against would be Holloway, in my eyes, in my opinion. And
exactly, because Holloway's the cardio king.
He passed the test. Yeah, honestly, it's incredible how he was able to keep up and do what he done. I mean, test controversial whether he won that or not, but still, what he did in that was incredible and impressive.
Man.
But I thought this might happen. We've completely landslided this one. It looks like it is Volkov all the way down.
To be fair, mate, I don't think I've actually had a harder card to break down than this one.
I know it's been tough, right?
Because I know when we've been through main cards before, and it's only been one fight we've been stuck with.
Yeah,
I was stuck with, I think, all of them via one.
Yeah, it's really rare though.
Well,
You
I'm
get to a
denied.
pay-per-view where you're breaking down a fighter who you don't have much data for as well, like Khamzat Chimaev.
Yeah, exactly. That's
know?
like, yeah.
Every fighter who steps on a pay-per-view card, they've been in the UFC for a while, or they've done something quite significant, and they've seen fights out. You've seen them be tested. You know, they're in a really strong play. Even like Cyril Gann, who we fought rose quite quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Still had some data to go off, but you know, with someone like Khamzat Chimaev, it's like he stepped into the UFC yesterday in terms of the amount of data we got.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them.
Yeah, it is. But look, nonetheless, I say, you know, like I said before, our success rate so far, these people picks have been pretty much on the money. I think I'll probably be siding with all the picks that we've come out with via MMA Maths tonight.
As well, yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is as well, like, MMA Maths isn't always right. Anything can happen when you're throwing fists in an octagon.
Exactly, 100%. All the fights start standing.
Yeah.
So you never know. And most of the picks that we've gone through, I think, Vince Pichel, he's a little bit of a favourite in the betting odds. DERN is slightly favourite in the odds against Torres, surprisingly. I think they will end up on fight night even money.
Yeah.
And you've got Chimaev, a massive favourite against Burns. You've got Jan, massive favourite against Sterling. And then you've got VOLKANOVSKI, massive favourite against the Korean Zombie.
Yeah, that's a huge favourite. No, looking at look, I think did we end up going with all of the favourites on this card with the MMA Maths and the way it all added up? I think.
Yeah, I think so because because the DERN Torres one will be even. But yeah, I'm going for Pichel, Torres, Chimaev, Jan, and Volkanovski.
Yeah, with the favourites, and I never really often pay too much attention to how that looks. But yeah, in terms of the MMA Maths makes sense. I guess that's where we are. It's why we are where we are. All right, that's awesome. Well, look, that's another successful event. I think that's a successful show. We've been here now, just breaking down the UFC 273 card, and I think it's confident to say that's a wrap.
Fun, guys. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you.
Yeah, the comments have been great, guys. Honestly, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for sticking it out. I had a really good time and enjoyed it.
Don't forget to join the Discord in the description. Don't forget to join it. We've had some good points in the chats there. Remember to click the link in the description for the Discord. Don't forget to like it and subscribe. Absolutely. I didn't know we had so many sort of like, cage side ring experts in the community here. Like, honestly, it's incredible to see. What we got coming up next, we have the watch along happening on the Saturday. It's a 3 a.m. one over here in the UK. So if you guys are going to bed, getting up, or staying up all night, make sure you do tune into the YouTube channel and catch us there, because we'll be giving full coverage of the event from start to stop. That's the main card. Sorry, I should be clear on that. Starting at 3 a.m. Yeah, we're not superheroes. Going from start to stop and everything. And it's a whole watch long show. Chime in, get your comments read out and heard as well, but just be part of the fun. Don't watch fights on your own. You know, if you're passionate, you don't want to watch it by yourself. Let's go.
Exactly. If you're passionate about the UFC, then this
the reactions. We need a Mr. Brown scream. I can't wait. We need a Mr. Brown scream.
Scream! Help! Yeah. I mean, I'll be on the edge of my seat for the Khamzat Chimaev one. I mean, for about 30 seconds anyway. We'll see how long we last in that, won't we? All right, guys. Well, you know where to be on Saturday night. Make sure you're there. And otherwise, stay tuned for next week. We have, as always, after every pay-per-view show, the Aftermath show. So we'll be getting into the thick and juicy details that come off the back end of the pay-per-view event. So anything from social media talks to who's changing the rankings, make sure you're there to find out what that all looks like too as well. JK will be heading that up. But until then, we would have to say our farewells and look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday, early morning, 3 a.m.
Indeed.
Peace out. Stay sexy. Bye-bye.